Well, I did it again. I have been getting so busy and into working on this side of the barn that one more time I came out and worked a good part of the day 2 or 3 days ago. Can't remember, been a couple of days, and didn't have the camera with me, so I'll show you what we've done. Looky here. All of this has insulation, 1.5 inch styrofoam insulation has been installed here, and you can see here where we're going with this. All of this is put in all the way around. Now we just have the top pieces to put in right there. And then of course I keep getting reminded by Mrs. Stedhomer that this piece and that piece on this side, as well as over here, has to be done too. But once that's done, to the most part, we'll be ready to start building stud walls. Okay, back at it. The 1.5 inch styrofoam insulation has been installed. Took a little more doing than I think I had anticipated, but we have it. It's in all the way around, up to and including the top pieces that Mrs. Stedhomer was very concerned about, and I understand. She wants this to be as warm and toasty in the winter as possible. But getting over here and taking a look, you can see there's a big angle here, and in that post and another big angle. That took a little bit of engineering and talking to, let's put it that way. And but we got it, and we think it looks pretty good. Like I just mentioned a little bit ago, now I'm committed, I believe, to start putting stud walls up. But before I do that, I'm going to take some of this extra styrofoam that I have here and there, and I got a whole sheet left back there. And I got pieces laying there, and of course I got a pile laying there. And I'm going to come back here, I'm going to move all of this out of here, which is where the electrical box is. I have yet to get that wired in. I can't believe my tardiness when it comes to that, but I'm going to take it down. And I'm going to put all the insulation, the same stuff, back behind it. Therefore, once I do get it wired, I won't have to worry about it. I can take it down now. I can't take it down later. So let's get back to work here. I will get that stuff moved if I possibly can, and I'll be back to show you what we're going to be doing, or how we're going to be doing it at that point. Be back. Well, it's a misty, gloomy type of day, and now that we have all of the styrofoam in, and I've even filled the gaps on the floor, I don't know if you can see it or not. I may even edit that out. But Mom and I took a little trip south the other day, or right the other evening, because we knew it was going to rain, and we brought back all the insulation we need for the rest of her side. The big rolls in the back, of course, are for her ceiling, and the rest is for her walls. So today I'm getting ready to set up lighting and And we're going to start first off with this wall because of these. We're going to start getting the stud wall put in. And let's see how all that goes. I was in the house talking with Mrs. Stedhomer, and she mentioned to me that the one thing I had not done while doing all of this work with the styrofoam was to show you the styrofoam, or how we did it, sew and cut it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull this one out and just show you how thick this is. This is 1.5 inch thick styrofoam. And what I did, as you can see here, was measured everything and cut everything, and even tried my best to get it to go back into the holes, because as most people know, insulation anywhere you can get it is better than not having insulation in those places. So again, like I said, I fit all of this together the best I could, where I could shove it back in there, and it all just basically fit together. Now, we did everything a little bit different. This here, as you can see, there was two. Well, in actuality, there's 2 layers, because of that being the way it is, and this one the way it is. I had to use the thinner styrofoam that we used under the floor in order to be able to flex it enough to get it in there. And this one, this place and that place are the only 2 that have that. The rest of the of her side here has the 1.5 inch that I just showed you. Now, she also suggested that maybe I would want to show you the tools that we used in order to do this. And I don't think any of this is going to be a surprise to you, you know, with your tape measure and your chalk line, speed square, Sharpie, carpenter square. Also got the straight edge that we use. It's actually supposed to be for circular saw or whatever, but the knife that we used, which was recommended by a young kid, actually, at Lowe's, I believe it was, happened to be the absolute best thing that we could have gotten. This, which if you can see, I believe you can, is a large version of that knife where when it gets dull, you just snap the end off of it and keep right on going. But as soon as it would start pulling a drag, we snapped it and kept on going, and it would cut that 1.5 inch styrofoam like it was butter. So now we're getting ready to do the stud work over here and there, and then work our way around with the older studs that we got from the barn kit, and them being outside and there's some weather. We're going to use the older stuff back here in the back and right here in this section where there's no windows, in hopes that when we get to the window area, we're going to have better wood to go around them. But she also, Mrs. Stedhomer, recommended or suggested that I show you what we did here too. If you can see, I had to notch these studs out here again, all the way up. I believe that stud right there is the only stud. It is the only stud that did not get custom cut and notched around, and I can show you here. They all are, and it was simply done by setting them up and making marks, and then using the circular saw to cut them out and finish them off, and just keep going back and forth until it fit. Now, Luckily, that's one of the two that we have to do that with. The other one is down here with this window. So that one's really going to be an issue here. We got these boards that I'm going to have to notch out for, and I also have to frame for the window. So we'll get to that one later on. I'm kind of putting that one off for as long as I can because I know that one is going to be a pain in the derriere. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work. We'll bring this back up and talk to y'all a little later on our what do you say, progress. On our progress. I think maybe I need some more coffee. Okay, talk to you in a little bit. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you and tell you. If you noticed, no pink. There's pink. There's pink. We have to, in order to make these walls fit properly, we have to cut that pink that is exposed off down here above the floor. Reason being, they don't allow the wall to set back in far enough to be flush with the posts. We found that out the hard way when we had that stud wall right there basically all done and trying to get it to fit, and yet it still was sticking out, and we realized that it was the pink insulation as well as those little nails occasionally that was in the way. So we have to cut all of that out and get the nails pulled and get that exposed wood so that when we put the wall up, it will flush right back in very easily. Okay, now I'm going to get back to work. Okay, just a quick update. I got those two sections there and they're done today. I'm going to stop a little early. I think I'm going to go in and spend some time with Mrs. Stedhomer and get cooled off a little bit. And tomorrow we'll start the rest of these if we've got the 2x4s. Okie doke. So this is Stedhomer. Thank you for stopping by and catching up on where we were, where we are. Hope you subscribe, give us thumbs up, tell your family, tell your friends, tell the local lawn care services. We'll catch you the next time. Have a blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.